Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is let's see what's it how you doing. Please come on in, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell and you'll be notified when I upload a video. Guess what? Now I was minding my own business and I'm coming to y'all with some more piping hot tea. Y'all like that? That's okay. Can I come to y'all with some more piping hot tea? I think I will. Let's go on and go with it, okay? And then the plan. This is the plan. Is for me to do the family business later on today. And possibly the Real Housewives SLC. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Because I know SLC probably came on last night. I'm not sure what the actual time is because, like I said, I don't have Bravo. So I have to watch the next day on Peacock. So I'm thinking it might airs on Wednesday night. But don't quote me because I'm not sure. So I might come to you with 2 recaps of that. But let's get into this piping hot tea. I was just giving y'all an update so y'all can know what to expect. Because I'm just, the piping hot tea keeps piping. So, here's the deal. A lot of people are walking back a lot of statements that they have made on these last few couple of days. And I think they just said what they said. And how come in Hollywood people can't just say what they say? And then I just have a small piece of Diddy tea. And I know y'all tired of Diddy because, he's all over the news. But hey. The news is snoozing as well. Now, let's talk about Janet Jackson. Oh, Janet, and Kamala. Janet says, let's throw this little tidbit in. I just was watching Millichan, and Millichan said that Eminem is endorsing Kamala. Right. Okay. So I was thinking about throwing in a little something about country music, but I cannot remember that girl's name. And I kept saying her name over and over in my head, so I won't forget. Maybe I'll think of it at some point during this video. But anyway, Janet Jackson has walked back her statement just a little bit, and she says that she doesn't like Kamala because Kamala believed that her brother was guilty. I think we gave Michael a pass because he was found innocent. Being that I was a social worker, and I tell this story very often, and it's kind of hurtful because at the same time my father was in the hospital with lung cancer, stage 3, on his way to glory as well. So I'll never forget around that time in 2009, it was June, and I told my supervisor at the time when I was a social worker that Michael had passed, and she's like, good. And I was like, huh? Because at that time I was that kind of person who just respected people in death regardless, right? And then I thought about that thing, and I thought about what she had seen as a social worker for 25 years, and I had only been a social worker for 1 at the time. And I said, why did you say that? And she said, because he's a pedo, basically. So, Janet, you can't stop people from thinking how they think. Now, I never said that he was that. I wouldn't say that he was that, but we have to be realistic, child. That man said it. What's wrong with the sleeping in the bed or sharing your bed with the children? It's the most innocent thing that you could possibly share. Yeah, when you sharing with your own children. But when you sharing with somebody else's children, it's creepy, man. So Janet missed me with the bullshit. Okay. Janet, great entertainer. Don't get it twisted. But hey, it's time for us to be realistic in this country. Them there Jackson people, them people weren't that great about being proud of who they were. Come on now, let's be realistic now. While people would off up in Brand of Blues comments, I'm like, not too much on Janet. Well, if we're gonna talk about stars, we should be able to talk about all the stars. Okay? Move right along. And Bunny put something on my mind that I didn't really ever think about. And when I look back on Diane Ross encouraging Michael to be in the Wiz, I was like, yeah, they did have quite the inappropriate relationship if you really look back on things. Seeing as how I want to say that in an interview, I thought I saw an interview. Now, don't quote me on this because this is alleged in my opinion. I thought that I saw an interview where he said that if he passed away early, that he would leave his children to Diane. It was something very strange about their relationship because I do recall my cousin telling me as a young child, and I was probably too young to know this for a fact. And I remember, it's alleged that he said also that would be the only black woman that he would ever consider dating. But okay, that was in 1982. So, hey, don't quote me on that. I just remember my cousin telling me that story. Okay, now moving right along. Let's talk about some Wendy Williams news. Wendy Williams, the beautiful Wendy Williams. I miss her so much. Kelvin Hunter has not been getting his spouse support. And I just want you all to know that Sharina or whatever the damn lady name is, she left him. Okay, a lot of people was like, oh, okay, well, he has a whole nother family. She jumped to the deuces when he stopped getting that spouse support and he had to sell that $1.2 million house. She left the country. She didn't just leave him, she left the country. But word on the street is that she may be coming back. Why, you say? Does she want to be in a family with KELVIN? I don't think that's it at all. I think she left because the money dried up, and I think she's coming back because there's hope. Since Wendy funded their lifestyle for so many years, and he's probably calling her every Sharna, whatever the hell her name is. Come on back, baby. Come on back. I'm about to bring this sick health for the court. And I'm about to get my money. This man wants her to appear in court personally. Now, y'all say he was the glue that held Wendy together, and he might have been. But this motherfucker is toxic as hell, in my opinion. What kind of person has been with a person for 25 years? Practically their whole lives. And see this woman suffer. And for a dollar bill, y'all, encourages the court to make her come to court. Wants the judge to make her appear in person. This woman has dementia. Now, if you haven't seen anybody suffering with dementia, I tell you, it is very devastating to watch. Now, while I think a lot of her dementia and a lot of her issues came from him, the alcohol and the drugs, That may all be true, but all those things combined can cause you to have physical disabilities. Now, if she was poor and disabled, would you think that she should come to court? You long neck, long tooth. Baby, move right along. So, Tia Tamara. That's what my sister called them. Tia and Tamara news. Tia is walking back her statement. Child bye. I'm not gonna spend that much time on this. I'm just gonna say what I got to say on this and move right along. Child bye. Tia, do you think we stupid? Girl, you was not talking about distance. Because if you were talking about distance, you would have said that. And then you said that you couldn't pick up the phone and call her when that's what you do when there's distance between the two of you. Now, me and my sister have a bond. We weren't always close, but now we are thick as thieves. And the point is we talk on the phone every day and she lives about 3 miles from me. So, that being said, girl, bye. Especially when you have distance, that's what you do. You talk on the phone. The fuck? My best friend of 41 years lives in South Carolina. That's how we communicate. No, you said you couldn't pick up the phone and talk to her. Which definitely implies that you aren't as close as you once were. And girl, ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't you get that? You have grown apart. It fucking happens. You are letting America put the squeeze on you to make you think that you all are supposed to be close because you're twins. And you did that show together. And you were twitches together. I think it. Y'all grown in your 40s. Okay? Don't let the public tell you how close y'all should be. And then she over there with that conservative Republican. Child back. Girl, I wouldn't fool with her. If I was you either. I'd be like, hi and bye. I would be. But you said I can't pick up the phone and that's not the case anymore. Come on, girl. Now, you may fool a dummy with that. But that's one thing I'm not. I am not a dummy. Now, on to some P-shitty news. Okay, so here's the information that I have on the Diddy tea. And I'm pretty sure I'll be coming to you again with some more. But I just wanted to let you all know the type of spells that we're under as fans of these people. And do I need to put emphasis on the word people? Now, mind you, this is a comment on Diddy performing at the VMAs. What it says is, hopefully, this is not the end of him. I personally believe in self-accountability. Now, what self-accountability has this self-accountability. Let's dissect that. The only time we saw him have some accountability since he's been going through this is when he was caught on tape running behind a girl who clearly was trying to get away from him. She goes on to say, this commenter, if you offer me drugs, I'm going to say no. If you invite me to a wild party, I'm going to say no. Women need to decide if they want equality or want to be victims. Just say no. Child, when I tell you that gave me a headache, And to see another woman say this about women, it is very, very, very disappointing. Now, I know I talked about groupthink the other day, and it's okay to be a GDI, right? But in some situations, groupthink is necessary. We're not talking about the type of clothes you wear. That's being an individual. We're not talking about going to school and all the other teenagers having sex willingly and you say no. I'm going to preserve my body till marriage. But they're trying to pressure you. That's different. We're not talking about going to a party and someone offering you a drink and you say no. Or some drugs and you say no. We're talking about you sitting at a table with an individual, you laughing and talking to that individual, and then all of a sudden you start feeling like you're in a daze. All of these things didn't happen at wild parties, my dear. This lady Talia had a whole nother boyfriend. We are not supported in this country, and it's so sad. You think that it's very simple to just say no. And that's all you have to do. I told her, and now mind you, it was about 100 comments under that comment agreeing with her. But I simply said this. Clearly, you haven't been to anybody's psychology class. Number one, you don't know what Stockholm Syndrome is. Then I said, it's poor ass Negroes out here who have that same kind of power. But just imagine a powerful Negro with money. And then that compounds things. Right? Now, I know that we don't always think alike, like I said. But to see this type of comment and to see how many women were like, yeah, right, yeah. All they had to do was say no. I mean, why didn't they just leave? If I hear that one more time. Did you see the video? Did you see the video of Cassie running through the hallway? She had a bag barefoot. You don't think she was trying to leave? Mary J. Blige did not deal with these Negroes for years after she had been on drugs most of her time in Uptown. She realized, I assumed, that she had to get toxic people out of her life in order to get her life on track. It is so very, very, very sad to see how, even though that's just one comment, but then you look at the hundreds of agreements under that comment and you realize just how unprotected we are in this country as women. I was thinking about Life Better on Saturn by old girl, Silver. And it might just be for women. Maybe we just need to go to a place where there are not any, as Althea said, in the heat of the night. There's no zippers. Yes. We have got to get out of that line of thinking that we put ourselves in that situation. Now, I watched In the Heat of the Night growing up, and that episode when Athelia got raped, right? I was probably about 13, 14. That is the episode that woke me up and made me see how important it is for women to stick together. Now, mind you, that was, 86, 87 when I saw that episode. And it really, and if you want to see great acting, that's probably the best acting I've ever seen her do. I think her name is Anne-Marie Horst. Right? She had just been assaulted. And her husband looked her in the face and asked her, how did you let this happen? And it was coming from a man to his wife, but to come from other women. Because that's what she essentially was saying in that statement, right? That all these women let it happen because they didn't say no. They didn't say no to going to a wild party. People, that's why he has the kidnapping charge. Right? Because he essentially didn't give them a choice to say no. If you are dug out of your mind and then you wake up in this motherfucker's bed or wherever, greased all up with baby oil and lube, did you have the choice to even say no? The way it's looking, he would pick women out of the crowd, call them to his VIP section in the club, allegedly, because, this is what my sources are telling me, how he operated. And when he would get them in the VIP section, it wasn't just a party. He would offer them a drink, and then he would spike it. Okay, unsupportive women. Child, I cannot make this stuff up. I read that statement verbatim. Sad. But anyway, with that, I'm going to close. Tell me what you think down in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces.